The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
That was Groot. That was 4 Groots hitting the desk.
4 Groots hitting the deck. Why have you got 4 Groots? I know the old idea we are Groot, but
I couldn't
4 of them?
I couldn't decide which one to get, so I got all 4.
But that's not how you no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on my own in this one then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Thriller
Fair
Groot.
enough.
Well, they're all Baby Groot, but Thriller Groot, Happy Groot, Psych Groot, and Worry Groot.
And you have Lion Groot.
I am
Lion
Groot.
is a
Wonderful. Okay then, fair enough. Right, hello everybody, this is the Immaterial Gamers Podcast, the first of the new year,
lies.
episode 75.
Even more lies.
I fart in your
Hey,
general
the
direction.
burp knows you're lying. The
Yeah,
burp
whatever.
is telling the truth.
Oh, that burp's going to get echoed. If I keep a Duncan fart in, I'm going to keep a Ryan burping.
God. We're downgrading.
What about God?
Downgrading.
Yeah, what bitch? on God?
God's a bitch.
Well, downgrading on God is pretty easy.
Mm.
God is a bitch. If they or he or whatever exists,
Mm.
they are a cunt.
Didn't you know it's Doctor Who?
Yeah, I need to watch Doctor Who.
I
New
watched
series
it this
is out.
morning. Well, I watched part of it this morning anyway. I forgot I have to watch the rest of it. I've just remembered.
Yeah.
Is there a new, what, there's
Yeah,
a new
so-
series?
Yeah, a new
Yeah,
series
it
started
started
on
on
New
New Year.
Year, and then it's every Sunday following.
Okay.
So, yeah. So with that fun. So yeah, I'm Ryan, and this week we are Groot. So I'm Ryan, and I am Groot. And then
Timmy!
joining us is Stefan, who is
Timmy!
Groot.
Timmy!
He's not Timmy.
Come on!
Timmy!
And then we got D, who is also Groot.
I'm Groot. We are Groot.
Groot.
Timmy!
Timmy,
I don't
la la la.
A fight between Timmy and Groot. Who would win?
Groot.
Of
It
course.
wouldn't be that fucking hard.
Unless it was
Stuck in a wheelchair.
Timmy's using Professor Xavier.
Hmm.
Timmy as Professor Xavier, maybe.
But then
Thanks.
it would depend on how Groot's mind works.
True, he could be that. Yeah, he's made out of wood, so it's not technically.
So how would neurons be shot through wood to his brain?
True, he probably would be immune.
Oh, yeah.
Timmy!
I just realised Groot would be, a bad place to. Groot would be a bad thing to take to Australia at the moment.
Why?
No, it wouldn't be.
Why?
Hmm.
Oh, it's fired.
Yeah, just so you know,
Wow, thing.
before New Year and following it, there have been massive wildfires in Australia, and we do hope everyone who is in Australia is okay. And yes, we agree with you. Fuck your Prime Minister. He's a dick.
Wait, Boris Johnson's over there?
No, they've got someone who is like Boris Johnson, but without all the charm, the audacity, or a bunch of people who would actually, tell him,
Follow it.
no, this is not a good time to try and get your PR up.
You need to get the wildfires under fucking control.
Yeah, especially well, his response to that. Well, I don't have the hose.
Yeah, you're the one who did the hose ban.
But
Probably.
you probably
Yeah.
need to. Yeah, but you'd be the one that needs to get the. You don't use hoses for a forest fire. You use trenches and shite and
Trenches and shite. I love that.
like
Giant
water
Trenches
buckets
and shite.
and water buckets and whatnot to. Not water buckets, helicopter water buckets.
Helicopters are dangerous. You could get a diver.
Using the helicopter water bucket things.
Yeah. So,
That needs to be in the budget. Dipshits.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the interesting week. There's also
Sorry.
other weeks of non-video gaming stuff like, Donald Trump authorizing an airstrike on a general of Iran and succeeding in killing him, and then going to everyone and going, no, we're not starting a war, we've just ended one.
What's happening with his impeachment?
February. So we'll come back to that on the Immaterial Opinion podcast that will arrive there. Or it'll just happen at a warm-up on a further gamers podcast. So, who knows?
I will ask about it every day.
Oh god, every week, yeah. Welcome to Impeach Watch.
Today on Impeach Watch News.
Donald Trump is still being impeached and not put on trial yet.
Therefore, much will happen or come of it.
I want to know the evidence they've got, because they've already turned around and said they've got evidence of him, of what? Because it wasn't Russia that was involved with it.
No, wasn't Russia.
It was another country. It was
Ukraine.
Yeah, he used the influence of Ukraine. I don't know how Ukraine did this because I don't think they have much influence.
It was more of the fact that the influence of the US to stop Ukraine getting money unless they investigated a political rival, which in politics is considered a massive no.
Yeah, but they were also meant to have been the one who rigged the election for him to win with the vote.
No, that was Ukraine, and that was actually Russia, and that.
But Putin said he didn't do it.
So therefore, we believe him, right? That's how that works, isn't it?
That's how Trump did it, isn't it? Didn't he ask him in the middle of one of
in the middle of an interview? It's like, did you hack us?
No, it wasn't.
See?
That. It was one of the world fucking like tar things for like global warming or whatever.
Oh yeah,
every world leader goes to.
Okay, you went.
I know which one you mean.
And he was sat next to him, and he went, "I asked him, and he said he didn't do it." It's like, who the fuck would tell you they did it?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's like
I did not have sexual relations with that person.
Yeah. No, it'd be like going to D and saying, D, did you play Darksiders Genesis with me last night? And D goes, no.
No, did I? We didn't do that, and then it didn't get recorded and released this morning.
Yeah, nothing happened. Yeah, it didn't get released today, or if you're listening to this podcast on Saturday.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah. So, it's like, no. D obviously didn't play Darksiders Genesis. Yes, but the evidence says that they were quite that. No, I've just asked D, and they said no.
Because you're lying, cheating scum. The pre-recordings from a month ago.
Oh, is that how we're getting out of it on a technicality?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't record it yesterday. Recorded it a month ago.
Even though it was.
So I didn't rig the election the day you asked me. I did it 2 weeks beforehand.
Yeah. So if I ask the question,
technically,
did you hack?
Darksiders was our first recording then for the year. This is our first podcast recording.
No.
Actually,
we released
second. Yeah,
it was the second recording, but it was the first release, I believe.
Yeah, the TFT.
No, unfortunately not. The Wheel of Wednesday went out on New Year's Day.
Ryan!
And then Role Playing Not In Me Games went out. No, sorry. Then Teamfight Thursdays. Then Role Playing Not In Me Games.
One day, Deal Play will come out. It will come out.
Yes.
They really need to fix that shit. Going off last night's thing, they really need to fix the Steam Play Together mechanics.
Yeah, I think that's like engines or development engine stuff that's gone on, but it'll work. Hopefully, it'll improve. It just means the Wheel of Wednesday for getting a 4-player session of Darius Burst will not be happening because
Darius Burst. What?
Darius Burst, the shoot 'em up, not a game where we fill Darius with cream until he bursts.
That sounds interesting, though.
It does actually.
Oh,
Darius!
Make Darius' head explode. That what isn't too hard.
He's not in enough content. We need him in more. We might as well play a game like that.
Fill this Darius with cream. Fill this Darius with cream. Oh dear.
Oh, what kind of cream?
Yeah, enough.
Wow.
Clotted.
Curdled milk.
Yeah. So now that we killed that conversation, let's move on to what's been played.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
What's been played?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm not sure which way to go.
What have I played? What have I been playing?
Minecraft.
Yeah, I play Minecraft all the fucking time.
Feed the Beast presents Stone Soul.
Oh, whatever.
I kind of go off and on it. It's kind of something I do. I know what I've been playing. And
go for it.
I started on New Year. Anno 1800.
Oh.
Anno 1800. The latest in the long line of Anno games that they just choose. The Ubisoft just choose a random year and go, we'll play there.
I have to admit, I started off with, what was the first Anno game I ever fucking had? Because I was like, is this a remake? Because I'm pretty sure I was like, they're going backwards here. Is this a remake? And you're like
1705 or something. I know you and Terry ended up playing 2205 or whatever it was called.
Yeah, we played the one that's based in the future. We've done that one.
I haven't played any yet.
What is it under? It's under Uplay, isn't it?
Yeah.
You play.
So while you're searching on that, what is Anno as a franchise, and then specifically what is 1800?
Anno itself is I don't know how to put it forward. It's like it's a cross between Age of Empires.
Okay.
With I forgot what it's called, where you use money and blah 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 to help. It's like Age of Empires cross SimCity.
Right. Okay. So it's part real-time strategy, part simulating sim game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're basically the person who runs. Oh, Anno. My earliest one, I believe, is Anno 1404.
All right.
I think it's the year.
It's the earliest version I have.
I think it's based on the year, so that would be like medieval, 20s to future, and like 1800 is Victorian times.
It's really weird because even the all the Annos I've played, the only thing that's different is the different type of resource. Don't get me wrong, the first Anno I actually played was Anno 1503. Right, and I still think that's the best Anno out.
And with that as well, is the year just like the starting time?
I believe so, because in Anno 18, I've only played the story mode. I am planning on doing co-op with Darius at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically you were basically traveling the world. Then you get this letter from your sister saying your father's died, so you have to come back. You come back to find out you are now in debt because of your father's funeral, and your uncle is basically the one who's claiming the debt over your head.
Ah, what a lovely family.
But your family was known for building ships. I know this much because I got to that point. But right. At the point you're stealing population off your uncle. They were like, look, you get protesters and everything, and you speak to the. I've just hit my mic, sorry.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
And the protesters, you speak to the protesters, and they're like, well, if you can get me a ship, well, I'll come and live with you instead, because I don't want to live here no more. And then you keep speaking to protesters, and after a bit, you get one guy who's does like newspapers and that for his city, and he turns around and goes, I will move over there with my press and everything else, and I have my own boat. Everyone else can travel with me. So then you bring him over, and then because you're starting to steal people off your uncle starts kicking off with the government. At the time is basically a representative of the crown.
Oh. So now we've got the monarchy involved.
Yeah.
A representative of the monarchy. Who basically sits there and goes, well, as law stands, you do have to pay this debt back, but he has no right to stop these people who want to leave, basically. And basically gets bent over for that one.
Mm-hmm.
But then you find I think the next thing that happened in it was a prison ship was capsized because of a storm.
Okay.
And it asked you to go pick up the people that are on it. And you
stuff.
find out the prisoners on it were arrested by your uncle, and they were friends of your family who know all your uncle's secrets.
Ooh.
Which gets you out of your debt, because you then take that to the crown.
And then leverage.
Well, you take it to the crown, and the crown kind of turns around and goes, hold on, these people have told us that the debt doesn't exist because he had that much money. The debt was ridiculous, basically. Basically, he way overcharged for the funeral, blah, blah, blah. So the guy just turns around and goes, yeah, that's dealt with. Bye. And then from that point on, your uncle's just like an asshole to you.
Yeah. Well, I can't capitalize off your ass, so I'm going to make your life impossible.
But from what I understand in the story, basically you start your own little island next to your uncle, and for what you want to do there is basically make an empire for the Queen's. I don't know how to call it. It has a specific name, and I can't remember what it is. The Crown's representative basically recognizes you and gives you basically a trading card or a trading pass or whatever.
Like a license.
Oh.
Yeah, a license for trading or a license for whatever else you're doing.
Right.
And it gives you that license, that means you then basically, you don't need to worry about your uncle anymore. You have to work up to that point, but you have to give them a thing of what will your main export be? And as at the beginning of it, you start when you build a shipyard. He goes like, "Oh, I see you're going into your family business of building ships. Your family was very known for building good quality ships. I would like to put an order in for these ships, like for quality check type thing. So then you have to make the representative of these ships to then do that. That's the bit I'm up to at the minute. So you build the ships to give it him, and then from that point on, I'm assuming he'll go, oh yeah, these ships are good quality. We'll put you down as a ship maker for the crown. And that's how you get your training license for that, I believe.
Okay. So
That's
little
the
stories,
story of Anno anyway. But it has changed dramatically from Anno 2007 of 27 or 2070 and 1503.
Right.
Because 1503, I still think is the better one, because the way it worked is basically the land. You could look at a land. Every country could grow something specific. So every little island you go to has its own climate, its own so and so. So when you go to places that were basically like India or anything like that, because you can play world map in that, you would find it's all very bush land. It's very humid. It was better for growing
sugar and stuff like that.
Sugar, spices. But when you looked on the ground, you had to find that ground in that area that was good for basically fertilized for that reason. You would also, as you go around, notice bits of ground's dead. While in this, it's like you could plant anything almost anywhere. I prefer the whole idea of Pacific areas for certain stuff. The only thing this is making Pacific is the mining, which the old ones did, but not as ridiculous as this one did. Because let's say the older one, I know 1503, basically you found a mountain, it contained iron. It didn't matter where you stuck your iron mine, you could surround that in iron mine. You will be getting iron. In this, you find iron, you stick an iron mine on it, that's the only iron mine you can stick on that iron. Could be a whole mountain full of it, but that's the only one you can have.
Classic.
So it limits your resources in the new one. While the old one, I think it was a bit more freedom.
Right, so you have to be a bit more tactical with what you're doing on that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you then have to kind of learn the ratios between the amount of people you have to their consumption, to your build rate. Don't get me wrong, the warehouse kind of tells you, like, oh, this is a balanced good. You make enough to keep stocked to sell. We just keep enough. Then there's ones where you can get really, like, a green arrow up. Oh, we overstock on this, but it's good because we still sell it. And then you can get double green, which is way overstocked of it. We don't need any of it, basically. And then you can get red arrows that point down, where basically your consumption's higher than your producing, and so on.
Okay.
Basically goes down like that.
Fair dues.
But yeah, I'm only playing the normal story just to get used to it until me and Darius get around to playing co-op on it. But we have agreed first, the way out will be finished first.
Dual play will arrive.
One episode of dual play we have found out was about almost 40 odd minutes long, because I think we just ended up fatting around doing something else on one of the map. It was like, ooh, what does this do? Ooh, what's this? And we just started searching everywhere instead of just like going to where we were meant to. It was like, what's over here? We can walk over here, so I want to know what's over here.
Just like, oh, we could go forward, but ooh, shiny.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair
but
enough.
yeah, we have agreed that we will sort that out before we play Anna.
Okay, coolios.
So hopefully we've got another. We think dual play, the first season of dual play is going to be about 6 to 7 episodes long. 5 are done.
Okay. So
we're
nearly
practically
there.
done.
Nearly there.
While we're doing that, we will. I'm going to hopefully quickly snap out season 2, which could be released at a later point. We do want to do pre-records of seasons of it.
Okay.
So it's not having to worry that much of
production time.
Oh, we need this every single week. Where it goes, okay, we pre-recorded this much. That goes out, we'll do the next season after. So basically, dual play will be something that comes out maybe once, twice a year.
Okay. That is fair enough. See, as confirmed, and I will put this in giant booming echo so people understand, dual play will come out.
Don't forget, it's spelled as dual as 2.
Yes.
Not dual as dual.
Yes.
That's something that people need to be reminded of.
Yeah. Dual, not duel.
Okay.
It's a play on words, people. Deal with it.
Yeah, it's a Duplo. I don't know where that came from. Right, D.
Well, depends on... With the others, I've been playing Days, but I've also been playing We Happy Few.
Ooh. This one was a bit of an interest in my head until things went a little bit weird with the Gearbox publishing and stuff went a bit all over the place. But yeah, We Happy Few.
Okay.
What is We Happy Few?
Well, it's a really weird game. I've only played...
Yes.
I'm only like 10 hours in or so. So, like, between 8 and 10 hours, something like that. So I'm not that far. Mine like day 4 or something daft. But you're meant to take joy. It's set in World War II, around World War II-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So, late 30s, 40s, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Um,
in Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, you're in Britain. You're in London, specifically. Near London somewhere.
Okay.
Basically, you get given joy. You have to meant to take joy. What a little red pill that you take. The joy makes you blissfully unaware of what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. Some sort of events happened that's traumatized everyone. So it is now a legal requirement for everyone to take this pill, so they don't have to remember the horrible thing that happened. To them,
to the general population.
That just sounds like me every day.
Yeah, it's basically, and you get scanned for downer. If you get scanned and you're seen as a downer, you get hunted by the police and crap. And if you're in the wrong area, say I went to the first area and you have to smash up your clothes to fit into that area. So you have to dress.
Ryan's a downer. Can we just get rid of him now?
Basically, you have to dress in each zone depending on. Like if I want to go into one of the other zones, I need to get a Bobby's hat and something else, and it'll make me fit in. So you have to conform your clothes to the area you're in, otherwise you're going to get hunted by that population, whether it's the Bobbies or the
Ryan's
people.
a clone anyway.
What I've gathered so far, because I rejected the joy and I've not took any joy whatsoever.
Okay.
You get flashbacks. All the kids went to Germany. Every child under 13 went to Germany. And the Germans...
Oh.
Yeah.
Child soldiers or just child kidnaps?
You don't know what happened to the children, but every child under 13 was mandated to Germany to keep the population in check. And they won with tanks that were made out of papier-mâché.
But hold on.
Children aren't warfare?
Yeah.
Basically, it turns out that the tanks that you find in the military, like, base thing that you end up in, they're made out of papier-mâché. So they won the war with papier-mâché tanks, and we surrendered.
Well, to be honest, that's barely doable, because think of it, if you could put the idea in your enemy that you've got these thousands of tanks, you're going to demoralize that team, and you're going to quite easily crush them.
And then they went, give me every child under 13, and send them off to Germany, to demoralize them even further.
Okay.
And
this is very, very depressing, very... I feel like I am a downer.
And then
you are a downer.
As you're walking around the map, you see like a crib, and it'll trigger a flashback of something Arthur did. You play as Arthur. Right. Arthur something or other. He lied about his birthday to not be sent to Germany with his brother, and he's like, "Why did I do that? Why did I lie? Why did I stay here?" And he gets like an office job where you have to redact documents to make it. His job is his job at the beginning is. You look at a document and you have to decide if it's the masses would like it or it needs to be rejected to keep the population happy.
Newspapers, please.
Yeah, it's basically that kind of stuff. Things get redacted and stuff like that. If an article is written and it's not to the thing, it needs to be redacted and not used. Only positive things need to be put into the newspaper. People have to take their joy, otherwise you get... And joy is also put into the water. So if you drink the water in Central, it has joy in it.
Oh, this is some dystopian nightmare bollocks, man.
And you have to...
Sounds like your dream place, right?
So you got a container. Well, I have a container thing that I fill up with water. And that water is from the Garden District, what is uncontaminated with joy.
Right. So
you have to think where you're going to get your water from, where your rations are from. It's got a weight-based system.
Mm-hmm.
So your inventory is weight-based. If people see you nicking stuff, they're going to get angry.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, basically. If people think that you're an intruder or you've done something suspicious or whatever, you have to hide and stuff. Like certain areas you have to hide in the crops and whatnot. And then you can beat people up and you can make them unconscious or kill them.
I just like the idea of beating someone up.
And then
I'm going to beat you.
Arthur has the dilemma of, what the fuck have I just done? If I just stole stuff, I've just stole stuff, I've just killed someone. What the repercussions of that is without his joy. With his joy, he wouldn't care. You could butcher someone to pieces while you're in joy, and you wouldn't care. It's like you see it from the perspective.
I like the sounds of joy.
It's like in the first thing, it shows like a pinata cake thing. Everything's clean and pristine and whatnot. Without the joy, you see it's rotten food.
Oh, wonderful.
And the pinata the pinata wasn't a pinata. It was rats infested cake.
Wait, so it's basically Pyrovision.
Yep.
As a video game.
It's about to say, it basically sounds like imagine your food there. Be Peter Pan.
Basically, that food's food. It's not
Peter Pan, that shit.
That food is food. It's not rotten food. It's not animals. You're not wailing on an animal or anything like that. It's what it alters your perception. Joy alters the perception of what you're thinking and makes you comply.
Compliance.
Yeah, basically, it's comply or die.
I'm sure that's what Ryan keeps trying to offer us when we go to his house.
Comply or die.
I offer you lemonade.
But yeah,
laced with something else, I assume.
No.
But no, that's basically what I've gathered from We Happy Few. It's kind of very skullfuckery, if you know what I mean. Like, it's more finding out what happened, and like people got.
What?
It's basically what happened to make the Brits give up, and how Germany basically won.
Brits gave up because they are weak.
They didn't have Winston Churchill.
Basically, that kind of stuff. It's very dystopic. It's not something you would play for happy times.
Which is funny, considering the name, We Happy Few.
Or unless you want to go through the joy route and just be blissfully unaware.
I'd do that. Go around murdering everyone, just happy as Lara.
Candyman playing on loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, the Candyman can.
But yeah, if you want to learn more about the game, though, not having joy is a kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a choice right at the beginning. Take your joy or not.
I'm assuming you'll get that choice a lot, to be honest.
And you find joy. You don't seem to find joy, though. You find the bottles, but you don't find the actual joy.
My Alexa doesn't know that one.
But I know that the water's contaminated, so if I want to have joy, I can. Once I get into Waterloo, I can drink and be full of joy. But you have lots of little faces and stuff where people are like suspicious or happy or sad with you. So you have to base it on, like, when you're opening a box, the face goes from happy face to unhappy face. Or to an angry face, depending on the situation. So you're meant to be like the cops. If the cops see you doing something suspicious, they're going to beat the living shit out of you if they don't think you're on joy. So you have to dress the right way. You have to not stand out in that environment.
What about if you're on joy and you just go around murdering people? Will they still kick the crap out of you?
I have no idea. But no, if you're on joy, then you're meant to be compliant and you're not going to be violent.
I'll be a violent, happy person.
You're meant to be.
That's what makes me happy.
You're meant to be blissfully unaware and comply.
Still doesn't stop murder, surely.
I'm assuming.
Because
it more infects the ability of what you perceive as happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if your happiness is murdering and butchering people, that is the norm for you.
Well, let's think of it this way. You got to think of the cops. They will sit there and beat the ever-loving shit out of you if you're not on joy. But surely by those same rules, they must be on joy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how can they violently beat the hell out of you, and you not be able to violently beat the hell out of everyone else with you being on joy?
I don't know. It's bizarre rules. But,
the logics of joy.
But yeah, Arthur's looking for someone. Someone's before him from work escaped, and he's looking for her at the moment, and he's finding out what happened, like remembering over time. Fair
enough.
So it's very...
The Candyman can.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like a very kind of thingy, if you know what I mean. It's hard to explain.
So, I think there's been some explanation of it, so...
Hopefully I didn't spoil too much.
It's been out for years. I mean, give people...
Yes?
Looking for spoilers. Yeah, it's been out for a good couple of years.
Has it?
Yeah.
I feel like it only came out like last year. Like early last year.
No. Because it was being followed for years before that, when it was in a sort of an early access, before it got
Well, it was recommended on
picked up by
Sapphire.
Gearbox.
Anyway. I got it recommended on Sapphire. It was on my wish list, and I got it at half price.
Why is
sales.
my H really fucked?
What have you been playing, Ryan?
Oh, I haven't actually been playing much that I haven't already talked about.
Yeah, it's not that old. It's 2 years old.
Huh.
In August.
Yeah, but it's been in early access for a bit before that. So, what have I played? Okay, yeah, I'm just going to spend just looking at the timings, because we'll move on to the news in a minute. So I'll do a quick what's been played. Going through my Game Pass, I picked up a game called Devil's Tilt.
Okay.
I have no idea what this is, so I'd like an explanation of the game.
So Devil's Tilt is a hybrid between a pinball game and a shoot 'em up.
Yeah. Okay.
In a sense. So, yeah, you're just on a 3-tier pinball table. And the game is pretty simple. Get the highest score and do the missions.
Okay.
Because you can. The way you do that is, normal pinball. Launch ball, flip stuff, nudge the table every now and again. Where it changes in that is that the longer you're playing the table, the more enemies and bullets appear on the table. And they will aim towards the pinball, and they'll, rather than, you won't blow up if a shot hits your pinball, but it'll mess around with the physics of the table.
So like the trajectory and whatnot.
So is it these bullets like tracking the ball around them? Because the ball will be moving, obviously.
Yeah, they track the ball.
I'm assuming they move faster than the ball.
No, they move in varying patterns, just like a shoot 'em up. Some will be big, lumbering, heavy bullets. Some will be really, really fast.
Slow
ones that will just ping off the pinball and stuff like that.
But if you ping something off at a high velocity, it can change its trajectory ever so slightly.
Yeah, and so it will change your strategies and how to try and keep the ball from not falling off the table.
Yeah, and something like a bullet bill.
Your life.
If you have something like a bullet bill hit you, you're gonna go flying.
Yeah. So it's as simple as that. It's very gothic themed. So there's lots of demons and stuff like that. One of the tiers has the face of some sort of priestess woman, which the more you mess around in that tier of the table, the more demonic she goes. It reminds me of an old, I think there was one for the Mega Drive, which I think was also called Demons something or other. I don't think it was actually called Demon's Tilt, but yeah, that's the same sort of idea. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just pinball, but the gothic themes and sort of mini games that go around make it a bit more sort of interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, played it. I suck at it, naturally. It's pinball. Not many people are actually savants at pinball.
Most of it's chance. I love its chance and being able, or the calibration of the machine.
Or being able to knock it every now and again without it realising and causing you to tilt out and lose.
Or the pinball machine's not on an even fucking ground. I've had that before.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, people, come on. Place your pinball tables in the right place. Jesus.
Please put it on flat fucking ground where it can actually do its fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because if it tilts right or left naturally, it's gonna fuck up your pinball.
Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah. So speaking of tilting and stuff breaking all over the place, it is news time.
News?
News time.
News time. So,
what have we got on the news today?
Just one story,
okay.
But one which I think is hilarious. Yeah. So, it's 2020. We spent most of 2019 slagging off Bethesda.
Okay.
And the fact that they couldn't...
Not just Bethesda, I'm assuming.
Oh, there was also EA and BioWare and...
Because whoever made Anthem and stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of other companies.
Riot?
Who we...
For the work thing?
Yeah, for their discrimination thing. Even though we like their games, remember, at the end of the day, they still had issues on that. They're getting punished for it.
Blizzard
punitively.
Blizzard with the thingamabop?
Yeah. Blizzard and the government of China. That's why we're banned. So, yeah. What we didn't...
Banned in China?
Yeah, episode 2. 3?
Oh, just the episode or just us?
Episode 3 was banned in China, but we're also banned in China.
I was going to say, if
Did I forget to... I forgot.
I'm happy for that one.
I think I forgot to tell you that we are. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't want to go to China.
I didn't want to go to Ukraine either, but...
Well, banned there.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. Well, it's
Where are we?
banned in Russia. Yeah. I know it's a shame.
I liked Putin.
Oh, well, why? Yeah. Well, anyway, one of the companies that we didn't slag off was 2K Games.
Borderlands, guys.
They're not normally that bad, that's why.
Well, Borderlands was alright. I mean, to be honest, most of the problem that happened in terms of Borderlands wasn't actually the fault of Gearbox or 2K. It was Randy's fault.
Mm.
Poor Randy Pitchford. Just a silly person. So, yeah. But their sports games division haven't had much luck. Particularly NBA 2K19 was a absolute pay-to-win mess. NHL 2K20 doesn't exist. And WWE 2K20 was broke as shit.
I'm assuming you played it, Broker.
Nope. I've played quite a few of the 2K games. Yous can all attest to that.
You like your wrestling and your sports and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah. So, I like my wrestling simulations, but I didn't touch 2K20 this year. Or I didn't touch 2K20, this year's edition. Because graphically, it was glitchy all over the place. If you wanted nightmares by looking at weird skeletal mishaps, sure, go ahead.
Sounds like something we should have got.
If you wanted the ring in mid-match to start just sinking.
Oh, that sounds like sudden death.
Yeah.
Sinkhole.
Yeah.
WWE Sinkhole edition. Sorry.
Yeah, if you wanted the character mid-match just constantly get stuck in the ring ropes and then fly off the screen and land in the background.
Question, you know the one where the ring was sinking? Did they think it was a game of worms?
No, they didn't think it was a game of worms, but what would happen is the character's leg or knees would go up to their chest.
Oh, wow.
So, what I'll do is I'll get you a bug list video later on, just so you can have a look at some of the stuff that happened in it.
It's like the amount of glitches you got in GTA still. Phenomenal.
Yeah, but then the glitches in GTA, there's so many of them. Not many of them are that concerning.
Yeah, and they're not massively game-breaking.
Some of them are.
Yeah, and they're not... Yeah, some of them are, but some of them aren't that bad in a scale. And they're not happening that consistent.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm just going to go for a 5-mile fly. It's like,
Here's the thing, D. At a bare minimum, you should be able to expect your wrestler to walk down the ramp.
Yeah.
And get in the ring.
Fly down the ramp and sit in the middle of the floor.
No, no. What happened was a character walking down with a chair, and they'd get 2/3 down the ramp, and then they just keep walking or attempting to get to the ring, and then just stopping, and then walking, stopping, and the running just didn't work.
When you said they were on a chair, I was expecting them to be sat on a chair with the front of it at the foot, sat down on a chair, like
a steel chair, just
get the steel chair, and they've turned it around so the backrest is in the front of them, and they're just floating down.
No, that would be epic.
That's what I was expecting you to say.
That would be epic.
No, it would be epic, but yeah, they just kept banging and colliding with part of the ramp, which stopped them from walking forward.
And then I would want that as my wrestler's entrance, and I would say he's psychic.
And then as you get to the bottom, of the ramp, you kick off it jump onto the ropes, and then over the rope.
Somersaulting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they get in the ring, and then the ring sinks.
Then a hole just opens up in the middle, and the character just flies through it.
Goodbye. But
Portal, you just keep going through, getting faster and faster. And then all of a sudden, the one at the bottom disappears, and your character just splats on the mat.
Oh no, you put it in the wall, don't you? And they fly across the ring.
Yeah.
Superman!
So, this didn't mean, this was nothing compared to what happened this new year, according to Eurogamer and every other news site, because it was hilarious. It was like, how long before we get a broken game story in 2020? And it turned out New Year's Day. As, I mentioned Bethesda, and, they had a bug with Fallout 76 at the beginning of the launch that prevented nukes being launched in 2019.
Yeah.
2K20 just didn't function at all after New Year's Day.
Ooh.
If you had attempted to launch any mode in 2K20, it would blue screen.
Ooh. Okay.
You'd get a blue screen error on the PS4, you would just get a crash error on the Xbox One, and you'd return to your dashboards.
At least it returns to shared dashboards, don't do it completely like Crash.
Oh, yeah, at least, I guess it didn't do an Anthem brick.
What happened? Anthem.
Yeah. yeah, why are you returning this PlayStation 4? Anthem.
Oh.
Put it in the pile.
Just a freaking back door. It's just a pile of PS4s.
Put it in the pile, put it in the right one. That's for Xbox, that's for PS4, that's for this is for that.
Yeah, it's just sat there with the Fallout 76s and their dual cases for the game, but then a plastic insert, a cardboard insert with a code to download the game.
Something like that.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, so the patch is it has been patched. By the way, it is now, I hesitate to say, playable in giant finger quotes. All the other bugs are still in there.
So it's slightly less. It's not broken. It's just regular broken.
Yeah, just regular
it's
broken.
Playable broken.
Playable broken. I mean,
managed to take the dunce off. Well, no, it's still got the dunce on. It's not got the dunce hat with the what's that thing that you did in thingy? Control, delete, and delete your character out of the game.
Oh yeah.
It's not controlled F4.
Alt F4 for unlimited money. But
I'm not kidding. Do that. I swear to God, it works.
The password is banana.
But I was speaking to someone in work about this as well, and I said to him,
imagine if that was your password. Control F4. You never get into a game.
Yeah,
F4.
Ever.
Control F. I have to press Control Alt F4 to get in my game.
Goodbye. But
you'll have that you'll have that D thinking sound like they do in that game, right? As they get detatized. Get detatized or whatever.
Lawnmower man style. You get de-resed.
And as you're being de-digitalized, all you hear is Digimon, Digital Master, Digimon, and the champion.
Oh Jesus, not Digimon again. So yeah, like I say, speaking to my mate at work, and he's
You've
like,
got mates?
I'm also speaking to my workmate,
colleague,
and but he was talking about, it's like, oh, this is fun. You should play it. I was like, you could not pay me to play 2K20. And then I sat there and I thought about it.
I couldn't pay you?
It's like, no one
Ryan,
could pay
this
me.
is more reason for me not to pay you for the job that I hire you for. You're not doing enough for me to pay.
No, I sat there and I thought about it. It's like, no, actually, that's a load of bollocks. If someone paid me to play 2K20 by a bare minimum of buying 2K20, I would put myself in that position.
You bought me the game, I'll happily play it.
Yeah.
I won't care how buggy it is.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, I played Ark when it first came out.
Yeah, so I'll say that to anyone listening. If you will buy me 2K20, I will play that buggy piece of shit.
No, scrap that. You buy me any game, I will play that shit.
Well, yeah. I guess that is also the case.
Because there's probably some games that are a lot worse than that out there that don't really get anywhere because they're that old or no one that cares about them.
Or it's like the piss take one out of the new Borderlands when you're on.
Oh god, that mission, with the
pay to do stuff, the microtransaction bullshit.
It is a bit hilarious.
To be honest, that was a thing for the last couple of years. The microtransaction bullshit.
Yeah, well, it still is. Microtransaction bullshit is depressingly the norm.
Yep.
So
for any type of game nowadays.
Yeah. What is the norm is spending £60 for a game, and then turning around and going, "Oh, thanks, you've bought the license. Now
to play the actual game, you need this."
Yeah.
That's another £20.
Yeah, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Again, that's another one. If someone paid me to play that.
So just someone buy you the game.
Yeah. Then
if you
maybe.
would buy me a game, I'd play any game. I don't mean any game. I don't care what it is, how racist, how gay, how anything it would be.
Do you have VR? Damn. It's because there's a quite clear, obvious porn game on Steam at the moment as well, called VR Paradise.
Would you buy me that if I had VR?
Maybe, just so you could sit there and play what is obvious porn. Yeah.
I'll play the game while playing with myself.
I'm just loving the ideas that it used to be on there as well, that like if there was stuff with like nudity or sexual content, it would warn you about it, and it would tell you it would hide all the pictures, and then you'd have to go into the game and confirm that you're over 18. I went onto Steam last night and it had this VR paradise there, and I hovered over it just to see what it was saying, and it did say simulation, sexual content, nudity. Right on the right-hand side were 4 pictures of tits.
What's it called again? I'm looking this up.
VR paradise. It was in the new and trending section of the Steam storefront.
I don't need to. So it's VR
Paradise.
Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
So the first picture of it is 3 women.
Yeah,
And it says
okay.
VR Paradise Gentlemen's Club.
Oh, Gentlemen's Club now, eh?
Yeah. The actual game is called VR Paradise, but in the actual game thing itself, it's called VR Paradise Gentlemen's Club. It's basically a strip joint.
Yeah.
How it looks at this, it's a strip joint.
Just absolutely mental. So, yeah. Steam.
You can get private lap dances.
Yeah, pretty bad.
This is just desperation for people with no partners who are supposed. This is an incel game, isn't it?
Oh, this is...
I'm sorry, in this picture, I'm sure this guy's jizzed on the floor or something.
Oh my god.
I can't tell if it's jizz or something else, but I'm assuming it might be something else.
Wow.
But I had to zoom in to see it.
Jesus. So, yeah, you know what? We will use that as the option to wrap up. We'll let Steph carry on doing that, and you know, it might be.
I'll be back in a few minutes, lads.
Yeah. Jesus. So yeah, if you enjoyed what you've listened to this week, please like, share, subscribe, click the bell, do all the stuff.
How much is VR nowadays?
Buy
me a VR. Someone buy me VR. I'll buy it in the games myself.
Oh jeez, yeah. If this
I can download the demo. I'll just play the demo.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
But remember the podcast is available not just on YouTube but also on Spotify and iTunes. So you can listen to it there. It's also
there's
downloadable.
DLC for this already.
There's DLC.
The VR Paradise Stripper Pack.
Downloadable come.
Different strippers, both like...
Diamond, Owen, and Zoe. So no, it adds 3 other girls.
Wow, so it just has 3 other naked women.
It sounds like it. With the names of Diamond, Allison, and Zoe.
And people wonder why there is shit games on Steam. Well, there you go.
I'm still quite surprised they didn't do the most common stripper name ever, Sapphire.
Candy.
Did that too.
Candy, yeah. So yeah. So thanks to Stefan and D.
Thank you for VR Paradise.
Yeah, and thank you to Candy, Sapphire, and everyone else.
Someone just give me VR.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this on the Kinect, the Switch? Because I can just buy the box version of this, right?
I doubt it will be. But yeah, until next week, please.
Nintendo, make adult games.
Yeah, and for God's sake, please don't kill each other. We'll see you then. Bye.
Tell them buzzer.